Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm Mrs. Cook. This is the family that God has blessed me with. To God be the glory for the great things that He has done. And remember, this is the family that we are, no matter what.
What a cook say it again? Yeah, 926. This is the house that Billy Cook built. Yeah, Billy Cook sing.
No matter what path we take, no matter what choice we make, no matter who comes and goes, I'm a cook for show. No matter.
What's up, sis?
What's going on?
Man, tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired for real. I mean, my body not tired, but my brain cells are like,
I don't know. I think my body and my brain are running neck and neck.
oh my God. Yeah, I'm tired. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to 5926 Central. Well, we just let you know what's going on with these bozos and these shenanigans that these people be up to in this world. Zam is over the topic tonight. We're gonna start doing the weather later on. I don't feel like doing it right now. But we're going to make sure we get that weather in. We want you to know that the comments are open. Anytime you comment, we can see it. We will share it. Okay? We believe in class participation. Even though I haven't sent off Cable Wavy's hoodie, t-shirt. She loves me. I pray that she does. She's patient with me. And we'll be sending that out soon. Listen. Man, so Sam, how did your day go?
My day went. I'm telling you, it was a whole messed up situation. I was trying to surprise somebody today. Me and a few of my um, close friends were trying to surprise one of our other close friends today, and come to find out that they didn't even meet today. So I was thinking it was a game today, and it wasn't a game today. And so yeah, it's one of them moments. And I was looking at the paper, the schedule this morning when I met with my girls to get this together.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess I'm just rushing the year out. I guess. But other than that, and I'm telling you, I had to leave work at 2:30 in order to be at this particular place on time. So I had to rush to get all my stuff done. And I got it done. It's just I didn't have to because I misinformed myself.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently my eyes and my brain didn't connect.
My Lord.
Yeah. So today it wasn't all wasted. I went to go see, my grandbabies while I was on that end, but
Mm-hmm.
what I actually went for did not happen, did not occur. And
Well,
but
look,
other than that, I mean, the day was the day.
yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was the
was thinking
day.
about some of y'all don't know, but we sisters, right? And I don't know if they remember this, but she used to draw and put. I don't know if it was clothes or makeup. I'm always thinking that you used to. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But anyway, what's something from your childhood that as an adult you have tried to reprise? You have tried to bring back.
um, I did actually try to draw again. See the way I'm set up, and I don't know um if it's just ingrained in my mind that this is how it works, so that's how it works, or I don't know what the deal is, but I can do something once,
Mm.
something out of the ordinary that I don't normally do. I can do it once and I can do
Mm-hmm.
it perfect
Mm-hmm.
and I can never do it again.
Mm.
So, yes, I did used to mess around with drawing and stuff. And I actually did a portrait of someone, somebody that I was going to school with when I was in private school. And it was great. And I have never been able to do it again on anybody, on anything.
Mm.
So, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids is grown and gone and leaving me alone. I just started trying to reprise some things, trying to, it's kind of like when you got emptiness syndrome, which a lot
Mm,
of ladies deal with it. Not
but
men, not so much, cause they was already by themselves. Yeah, though. In front of the TV, everybody worked for them. Pass me the remote, fix me a plate, you know, that kind of thing. So they don't really deal with emptiness syndrome.
mm-hmm.
But I did. I at first I was like, yeah, you gonna get out of here, you know, all of you. When you get old enough, I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That first, oh Lord, that first year, I didn't know what to do. And I listen, so I started drawing. Well, I was still drawing, but I started like really focusing in on it, you know. And I was just telling somebody about you how I would, just appreciate all that you have, shared with me of whatever, on getting my t-shirts and stuff
Mm-hmm.
going. And I was just, in my Sisters United group, that is a shameless plug. Sisters United group for women on Facebook. Um, I was sharing, sometimes we immerse ourselves. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes we immerse ourselves in our children's lives, and when our children leave, we have no life. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's important that we don't we don't get so consumed with our children that we forget we exist. That we are an individual. And
Yeah.
I think that's what happened, because I don't really have a lot of friends. I probably got one, two, one. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but it's mainly because when I got pregnant, the whole friend thing. I was in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't really have a bunch of friends then. But after I got out of high school, I went into U of H, and then, made some friends there. But then guess what? Gotta get a job, take care of your own kids.
Yeah.
And unlike some teens, when you know, or some people, when you have your first baby, they give you baby showers, people come over, look at you, whatever. Not now, no, no. Sister Cook brought me a bag of bottles, Pampers, and the Holy Ghost. Is it? Nothing else coming with that. She wasn't celebrating no baby out of wedlock at no
Yeah,
teenage pregnancy. She wasn't finna do it.
that is true.
And so she brought on old bag of bottles up in there and some Pampers. I was still grateful because, baby, bottles and Pampers went a long way. But it was my job to get the baby to the daycare before school and be as to school on time. And I wasn't
Hmm.
driving. I was walking.
Right.
Okay. A couple of cars Pam had wrecked them, and Pam was gone by this time. She was graduated on out of there with Zam. Zam was graduated on out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So after it just evolved into make sure they eat, make sure they got clothes, make sure they get to school. It's school time. It's summertime. It's you know, and somewhere in there, and a lot of people try to make church their life. they try to make they try, oh, I got a life, I got church. But church is Sunday and Bible study. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is every day. But I'm talking about that
Mhm.
whole church thing. Oh, I'm in the choir. Oh my, this and the other. But the kids got to get to the game. When your kids get out your house, you have that thing they call internet syndrome, and you feel lost, y'all. Oh my God. I picked up all kinds of hobbies and trying to just find my way. I even tried to get new friends. Didn't work out well. And it wasn't their fault. It was my fault because I wanted to go back home. I go into a place ready to go home. I ain't gonna even
Yeah.
lie to y'all because I'm just weird like that. I make my house so comfortable that I want to be at home.
Right.
And so I reprised charcoal drawings. I wasn't a painter, right? I didn't paint. I did
Mhm.
charcoal. I did Conti. I learned those different, and I did different leads. I
Mhm.
learned that at U of H. I also learned stained glass, how to make stained glass, how to make mugs, how to work the kennel, how to do all this stuff. But I got into painting. You know, I'm more of an abstract artist. I can draw people. I just prefer not to.
Right.
It's too much, for me. I got into cartoon characters, and you find out that a lot of the things that you loved when you were a child, you still have a niche for. You still
Mhm.
have
Knack for it.
a knack for it. It is. You still
Mhm.
have a knack for it. It's just sometimes, like I say, we get so lost and so tied up in everybody else till you are not giving yourself, attention, taking care of self, and finding out what you can do.
Right.
A lot of people say, "Oh, I can't do that." You don't know. You don't know. Try it. Try it. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm getting out the way. This show. Well, I ain't gonna get out there, but Zan, what we talking about tonight?
Um, I think it's something that a lot of us, me included, definitely, and it's not just in one. It's not at only one time of my life, but it's at different stages of my life. I've always, not always, I sometimes felt like I wasn't where I thought I should be in
Mm-hmm.
life, whether it was financially, physically, or mentally, or whatever the situation may be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've learned that when you get to that point, you have to not only do self reflection, but you also have to do um, do your surrounding people reflection. You have
Yeah.
to see, let me rephrase that. I had to see who I was with on a daily, who I was talking to on a daily, who I was allowing to influence the things that I was doing, and who wasn't influencing me to do anything.
Right.
So, um, whenever, and I've heard this saying, and I'm not saying it verbatim. I'm just saying what it meant to me. What I got out of it
Mm-hmm.
is you're only as successful as the people you surround yourself by. So if you look at the people, the just choose five of the closest people that are around you all the time and see what their thought process is, where they are, what their motivations are what they do in their free time, what they do when they are quote unquote working. What are
Yeah.
they doing when they're being productive? And 9 times out of 10, when you look at those 5 people closest to you, you can see why you are where you are.
Ah.
So you either change the people that are closest to you. Now, they don't necessarily have to be friends. They don't have to be friends. They could be coworkers. They could be, if you go to church, there could be certain people in your church group. When you're at work, there could be certain people that you talk to when you're at work. Um, when you spend your casual time, your leisure time, your free time, who do you spend that time with? Because if you are the most motivated person in your group, then you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere as fast. You're not going to see as many results. But if you have somebody else in your group who's more motivated, who's always, hey, let's do this. Have you thought about this? Let's do this. Well, have you tried this? You know what I'm saying? You have these people that are, and sometimes that they're not even talking about you. Sometimes they're talking about themselves. And then when you see them trying to get it, you know, trying to get to the get to the knowledge, get to the money, get to um the financial, I don't know, when they try to get to wherever they are going and they're motivating themselves, and then you look at them and you see them like, dang, they really trying to get it. So then what are you gonna do? You're gonna try and do the same thing for yourself. You're gonna take from them what they have, and it's like, okay, well, they said do XYZ, or they are doing this. Well, even when they're not working at their job, they're working on their own, um, you can call it a side hustle, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but they're working on themselves just as much as they're working at that 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So they're getting it in. They're doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And when they get to a point to where they hit a brick wall, they're like, dang, I don't know what this is. So you know what? I'm gonna find somebody who is doing or is trying to do or has done what I am trying to do,
Right.
and study them and see how they got to where they are, and then I'm gonna do the same. There's no way you can be around somebody who is motivated, who's a pusher, who, hey, let's go, let's get this done, let's do this, let's do that. Because I'm gonna tell you, when you get to a point and you want to get up and go somewhere, you want to take a trip, you want to grab a flight, go to Vegas for the weekend, and the people in your circle can't move like you move because they're not on the level that you're on, you're going to have to find some different people to hang out with. You're going to have to find some different people. Not saying kick them to the curb, but if they're not motivated to get where you are, if you can't motivate them, then that's going to drag you down.
Thanks.
So you're going to have to take notice of who's in your circle. Take notice of the people who are influencing you, whether you believe it or not. There's some type of influence there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So whenever you get to the point to where you feel stagnant, you feel like you're not moving, like you should be further than you are,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
you should be making more money than you're making, like you should be enjoying your life, taking trips and doing all the things, and you're not doing that. Just take notice of the people who are around you. Find those people who are interested in learning more, getting knowledge about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever, like for instance, you own your own business, it doesn't matter if y'all have the same businesses, the same type of businesses.
Mm-hmm.
You need a business mind, and you can get that business mind. All of y'all can learn the same thing. Y'all can learn the same strategies. Y'all can learn all the business lingo. You can learn all of that and still apply it to your own individual business.
Mm-hmm.
It's just having a business mind. So don't get discouraged when you get to that point. Just when you get to that point, just take a deep breath and reevaluate the people who are in your circle. And maybe you have to shuffle some people around, you know. You know
Yeah.
how Saturn has all those rings? Maybe you need to move some
Mm-hmm.
people from that inner ring to that
Yep.
second or third ring and bring some of those other people into that middle ring. It
Yep.
ain't saying you have to be their friends or call them friends. They're associates. And you
Mm-hmm.
work off of each other. You bounce ideas off of each other. And you pay attention to what the next person is doing. Oh yeah, no, I don't think I want to do that. I just let me move you on out to ring number 3. Let me bring somebody else in. Ring number 6, yeah. How you doing? What have you been up to?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm doing. Do you have any idea about XYZ? Well, I see that you're doing this. I've done this. This is what works for me. And this doesn't work for me. Trade information.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be their friends, acquaintances. Because you got to look at it in real life. You ain't going to have, but you're lucky if you have one good friend,
That's the truth.
somebody who actually fits the bill, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, don't get discouraged when you get to that point. And you're gonna get to that point. Everybody gets to that point. And
Yeah.
it's not just gonna happen once. It
Mm-hmm.
happened when I had all my kids at the house. It happened as they trickled out and started doing their own thing. It happened um after everybody was gone, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And no lie, in my teens, in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s, I've had that thought at every stage of my life. Every stage.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't be discouraged. And I know it's easier said than done because it can get very depressing and you can get in a very depressed state in just thinking about it because it seems like you don't have a way out. All you got to do is move different.
Yeah.
Just move different. Change the people around in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Bring some other people in closer to you. You don't necessarily have to bounce ideas off of them, but their motivation and how they attack life and how they attack knowledge and how they attack um, roadblocks and things like that, that can give you a different outlook and you can learn from that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So that's my take on um, not being where you think you should be in life.
Yeah.
And
I
it's gonna take work. It's not anything you're just gonna, a couple
yeah.
of days and you're like, oh, okay, I got it. Let's go. I'm feeling better. No, it's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm. Takes
But you
time.
just have to figure out what it is that your main goal is
Mm-hmm.
and know what it is you have to do to get to that goal and then just break it down and step by step. And trust me, I know it's easier said than done
Mm-hmm.
because I'm struggling with that right now.
Yeah,
So
that's true. I used to when I was younger, I worked for Style Magazine here in Houston. I was an art director for Style Magazine. And my editor, before we would get started in the morning, my editor would always say, You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with.
Yep.
He would always say it. It got on my nerves. But when I got older, because I was young then, so when I got older, that popped back up in my mind because you it's kind of like you're a tree, right? You're a tree. You're a plant. You can be a sunflower if you want to. But what goes into that pot or what goes into the ground around you is what you will see the fruit of it through the tree.
Right.
If the tree bears no fruit, if the tree uh uh if fruit come and then it goes away fast,
Mhm.
you will know if this is a good tree. You see what I'm saying? By
Mhm.
what was put in it, right? And you will know that the things that's going in it were good by what comes out of the tree. Okay.
Right.
So for example, like you were saying, okay, so I got because I people that's hanging out got a whole entourage and all stuff. Oh, it's ridiculous. Some folk got folk around them to make them feel good. So they
Right.
find people that maybe have less than them, that
Right.
maybe are not do. You have to you have to be careful about what you're doing because you will set yourself up to be the biggest tree, and you realize you're not growing because you chose to be the biggest tree. You see what I'm saying? You chose to
Right.
be
Right.
the one with the most money and the one with the I got the. You chose your friends accordingly. Accordingly. It's kind of like people that think they good looking and they think they all that. They pick ugly
Mhm.
friends so they won't have nobody in the group that look better than them. Okay,
Yeah.
you have to be careful because you are a tree. Okay, and whatever is around you, like you got a bunch of yes people around you. That's a dangerous thing to have. Oh,
Yeah.
everything you say. Oh yeah, you right, you right, you right. I hate to be a preacher, but I don't hate it. I love it, matter of fact. But you have to, whatever you sow into the ground will come out of you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever is sown in. Like around me, I don't have many people around me for a reason. Okay? Because a lot of the things that I do, and nobody's gonna support it anyway. Over the years, the support is just not there.
Right.
So my biggest supporters is my family. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to my businesses, it's other people I got around me. Because
Mhm.
sometimes we put our family in there and they don't know how to do it. They don't even know. You want something out of them that they can't even give. It's not in them. It's
Right.
just not there. So when you check in the circle around you, a lot don't get mad. Some folk just don't have it and don't know what you're talking about. And you got to remember that's what's going in the ground around you too. Ignorance.
Right.
That's what's
Mhm.
going in the ground. Some folk are happy at doing nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. I'm saying, but is it good for you? You see what I'm saying? Folks that around me get activated. I always use that word for a reason. Because if you're gonna be around me, you got to be activated. You get what I'm saying? You got to be
Mhm.
moving. You got to be in motion. People laugh at me all the time because not laugh like at me, but they laugh because they know if they get around me, I'm finna push a couple of buttons. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Mhm.
need you to be in motion, or I'm not gonna be around you a lot. You know what I mean? Because the things that I'm trying to do, I have to have folk around me that's doing something. They don't have to be doing what I'm doing. They just got to be doing,
Yeah.
you got to be doing something. And every
Right.
year I look at what you're doing and see if it's different or see if
Right.
something's added to it. I don't even mind consistency. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Doing your same thing. You still add it because I'm that person. You may not be able to put a whole lot into, you know, because you got to work a full-time job. You got to, but I look at, are you putting something into it? All of that look, all of that goes into the ground. Now, I watch my conversations, right?
Mhm.
I watch what people say to me. Um, this year, I canceled out a lot of people,
Mhm.
and I wasn't scared to do it. I was not scared to do it. And I'm not talking about friends, I'm talking about associates. I wasn't
Mhm.
scared to do it because if they laughed at anything I did, I let them go. Now, if they said something to help me get better, I kept them.
Mhm.
And I didn't do that. Oh, she thinks she know everything. No, no, no. I looked at what she was doing. I looked if was it working, and then I kept her in my
Mm.
circle. I call
Right.
her
Right.
every now and again. I be up at 2 o'clock in the morning. She be talking. I be talking. We be, you know, and that's how we do.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's folk that come, like say I'm in the beginning stages of stuff. I always call it a rough draft. If they come out to
Mhm.
the to something I do, and maybe uh not that many people showed up, and then they get to
Mhm.
talking about me, or they get to saying, "Girl, don't you? Yeah, well, you tried." They start talking in that kind of. I get rid of them
Mhm.
because you gonna speak something in my life to make me
Doubt yourself.
doubt myself. So I had to get
Mhm.
rid of you. And I don't mean it, but I mean it. I mean I'm gonna limit what I do with you. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna limit what I say to you. It's some folk today that they still call whatever, but they don't realize I don't talk to them about nothing I do no more.
Right.
Because I'm trying to grow my tree. See what I'm saying? And I don't want
Mhm.
my fruit growing on it and falling off. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And a lot of times we try to associate feelings. We put feelings in our business. You can't put your feelings in your business. Well, this is what my mama said it. Well, my I don't care who said it. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm a weird person. I don't care who said it to me. You know, I came out of this last event and somebody said some crazy stuff to me or whatever, and it came from a person I just didn't expect it to come from.
Mhm.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, it messed with me. It messed with me.
Yeah.
It messed with me for about 2 weeks. Cause see, and I'm gonna tell y'all something too. Stop trying to make people fit. Cause y'all, when you try to make people fit, you wasting time. I'm just gonna. I'm telling you wasting time. You trying to make them fit. You trying to give them excuses of why they should. No, no, no. If they, like you said, Sam, if they don't belong on two, then they better
Move
on
'em on
six.
out. Move 'em on out.
Move on. And guess what? They still there. They just not close to you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They just not in that circle. Cause see, you trying to get somewhere. And it's
Mhm.
very important. People say, I don't really see you much. It's because I was going when I first started my soul, I was going to all kinds of events. I was at every event. I was interviewing everybody. I was doing it, and
Mhm.
but I was doing a lot and getting nowhere. It wasn't
Mhm.
until I sat down and really decided what I wanted from my gospel soul, what I wanted to look like. You get what I'm saying? That it really started growing. you
Mhm.
know and you have to figure out what do you need to put the most time into. See, some people putting the most time into relationships with I'm talking about work relationship, business, instead of
Mhm.
into your craft, into your making sure your foundation is laid, making
Right.
because I promise you, I was just teaching on and this sounds funny, but I was teaching on skin in the game, right?
Mhm.
And I was telling people, I said, never let a person ride with you and talk to you and try to speak into your life that don't have skin in the game. You know, they
Right. They
want to
don't have
run
nothing to lose.
right. You don't want
Yeah.
to invest. You don't want to. you know, and I'm a church lady, so they don't pay tithes, they don't help put nothing together, they don't show up at events, but they always got something to say. They want to run stuff, we ought to do. No, ain't no we, you know. And that's one of my sayings. It's a we. Everybody got a we in their life. We gonna do this. We need to talk about it. Whoever that we is, that's your inner circle. You gotta check your we's sometimes. You get what I'm saying? You gotta check them. I'm serious. Cause in the, I hate to do this, but I really don't. In the Bible, it talks about a palmer worm, a locust, a caterpillar, and I think it's a caterpillar, a locust, a cankerworm, and yeah, that's it. I think it's those three. And it says that God will give you everything that they take, right? That they took from you. Now, I started studying on each one of those, the locust, the caterpillar, because I was like trying to figure out, how does the caterpillar take away from you? And a lot of times in our lives, it's some people they ain't giving nothing, they ain't taking nothing. They just there. And we just let them be along for the ride. But we don't realize they are taking things. They're using the lights, water, and gas. They're along for the ride. You get what I'm saying? They are, and a lot of us have these type of people in our circles too. They just everywhere you go, they there. They have no purpose. They're not adding to. They're not. You get what I'm saying? They are just there, but you don't realize that they are absorbing something. Thing to allow that type of. Okay, let's go to that's the caterpillar. Let's go to let me finish about the caterpillar. So the caterpillar turns into a butterfly, but the caterpillar doesn't turn into a butterfly off of something it did. It turns, you get what I'm saying? So a person will elevate with you. Okay, they just there, and you come up, they come up.
Come up
No, that's the caterpillar. Get rid of them.
by acquaintance.
Yeah, skin in
By
the game.
association.
Yeah, skin in the game. What are you putting into this? Are you driving the car? Are you packing up the stuff in the van? I don't care what it is. Are you gonna sweep the floor when we finish? Are you passing out flyers? Are you this skin in the game? Then it was a locust. The locust shows up in swarms. You ever had an event and these people come in, they eat up everything, they got 4 or 5 plates, they did, you know what I'm saying? And by the time the thing is over with, they ain't helped do nothing, but they done took everything up out of there. They done took the centerpiece in the middle of the table, they done took the tablecloth, they done, if they could get the chair, if you would have let them. That's the locust. It comes and it just eats away at things. It eats away. And the locust also messes with your mindset, where you were absolutely confident. You was just the ultimate confident, positive-minded person. Didn't have a doubt about what you were doing. That person sits there and nitpicks everything. Well, you sure? Well, you know, if you do it this way, hey, come here. If you do it this way, and that's why you have to be careful, especially like you say, Sam, you going into a place where you are trying to achieve something. You got to check. You got to check who's around you in that. That was good. Drunk that orange juice, girl. That Sunny Delight. Look, so I like this topic tonight because it's important. I saw so much Zam with this last event. When you started talking about that, I was like, man, I saw so much of it. Because I'm going to tell you the truth, Zam. When we first started planning that event, I had a crew of people. Somebody was supposed to go make sure ice and coolers was there and food was there and this. All that was planned out. All of it was planned out. who was gonna come out and put out the tables, and who was gonna unload the trailer, and the stage was supposed to be built a totally different way. All these people dropped the ball, but I wasn't mad at them. I, like I said, it was a rough draft, right?
Right.
And what better way to know? See, you can't just be paying attention to the event itself. You got to be paying attention to who showed up, who helped, who
Right.
who motivated. I don't care who did what was their role. And I always tell people, I'm gonna meet you right where you show me you are. I'm not gonna expect any more out of you or any
Right.
less. I'm gonna meet you right where you are. Okay. All right. That's all. Y'all almost made me go to a bozo with them, but I ain't gonna go there. Meet you right where you are, for real. But we get our heart broken because we think everybody gonna be with our vision, and everybody gonna be on the
Yeah.
team, and they gonna be excited because you excited.
Yeah.
No, it's not how it goes.
And it's important that, and it's like even in a relationship, we all have an idea or had an idea of who we wanted to be in a relationship with. All the requirements that they had to meet, all the boxes that they had to check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what about you?
Mm,
So you can't just say, this person is not bringing anything to the table and that person's not bringing, but what are you bringing to the table?
mm,
Because when it comes to you finding someone that has the same work ethic, the same mindset, the same, who's goal driven and all of that stuff, well, some people are looking at you the same way.
mm-hmm.
So you have to govern yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So now, the best way I can explain it is there are tons of things that I do not know,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some things that I want to do, but I don't know how to do those things. So I find the people who are knowledgeable in that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm less knowledgeable than they are, but at the same time, I'm motivated to get that knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm all about, well, asking questions. I'm all about listening. I'm all about, taking in everything that they're giving me
Yeah.
that is conducive to what I need to grow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody's put in your life for a reason.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So,
Yeah.
you can't just go and look and see what these people are doing and all of this, but, you're trying to get into somebody's inner circle as well. You
Mm-hmm.
need to be in somebody's inner circle. So you just need to make sure that you're bringing to the table everything that you need.
Yeah.
I always want to be in the room with someone smarter than me. I don't want to be the smartest one in the room. You're not going to learn anything that way.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in the room with someone smarter than me, someone who is better than I am
Mm-hmm.
at whatever it is that I'm trying to do. Someone who's already succeeded at doing it, or they have completed steps getting to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just look at the people that you're trying to bring into your circle. Just think about what you're going to be bringing to the circle of the people who you're trying to get your information from or you're trying to grow with. So
That's true.
it works both ways.
That's true. That's true. And you gotta, and and I know people are listening, but this is this is motivation for someone who I would say someone, especially someone who's been at it for a while, and
Yeah,
you're looking around you and you're saying, these are not the results I wanted after 5 years. This is not the results I want. I like the
right.
example I said earlier. I expected to be further than this in what I'm doing. There is
Right.
nothing wrong with rearranging things.
No.
It's nothing wrong with going back to the drawing board. A lot of people feel like, oh, I'm a failure. But listen, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you,
Not at all.
it was a time in my life, I had my church, my this, my that, right? And one day I hey, shut it all down. And I went back to my home church and sat down and got new direction. Because
Mhm.
sometimes we may just need to adjust some things, to get on the right track. It's kind of like if I'm holding my cup under the sink, under a I got three sinks. I'm holding my cup under the sink. One of them is just dripping. It's just gonna drip. It ain't gonna give me what.
Yeah.
So I go to the next one, turn it on. It got a little steady flow, but it still ain't doing what I need to do. Sometimes you got to move over a little bit. But sometimes
Right.
we're so cluttered with what we've already done till it's like a burnout. You can't hear nothing, you can't see, and you need a fresh outlook. So sometimes you just gotta switch.
Start over.
You gotta start over and switch groups.
Yeah.
Okay, switch people. You know,
And it's not failing. It's
it's
not
not.
failing. As long as you are breathing,
Mm-hmm.
you have a chance to start
Mm-hmm.
over.
To start over, and that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Every day is a challenge for me because I have so many things, so many irons in the fire, right? So,
Mhm.
so for those that kind of function like I function in chaos. Other people can't function. Some folk can't function in chaos. I can. I
Mhm.
That's how I function.
Mhm.
And I say that because I can have a TV on the some playing on the internet and it be
And see, me, that would drive me crazy. I have to be in a completely quiet spot.
yeah, yeah. But my point is, you gotta know what worked for you. you
Yeah.
know and sometimes people come into your life and try to get you to move like they move. And what Zan was saying is, it's like gleaning. I may be around you, I'm watching what you do. Some of it may work for me, some of it may not. So I'm gonna
Right.
take that piece right there. See what I'm saying? And then
Right.
if I see you struggling with something, I might can help. I'm gonna just tell you how I did it. You might take little pieces from what I said. But
Yeah.
the point is, we're going a little higher, we're moving
Yeah. Both.
forward,
Both.
you know.
Yep.
Yeah. And so like I say, with me, I have to sometimes I have to unplug from people and I
Mhm.
have to get by myself. You see what I'm saying? I'll be around them too long. And then they get to thinking that they can, but your vision is your vision, mine is mine. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I have and the way I function is I didn't want to just exist, right? God gave
Right.
me 150 billion talents. When I prayed, I said, Lord, show me which one needs all of the gifts, right?
Mhm.
So that I would not be all over the place. So when people look at what I do, she always doing something, but they don't understand that all the things I do come back and fund one thing. See,
Right.
but I went through some stuff to figure out how to do it. Cause I was
Right.
like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do hair, then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do this. But that's when I had my emptiness thing going on. I was
Mhm.
trying to figure it out. Then one day, um, when I sat down, wrote everything down, and I could see what it was, kind of like like I say, a tree, and
Mhm.
every branch that stemmed from every root went up to the tree,
Mhm.
which caused everything to grow on the top. So I had to figure out, you know, how to get them all to flow together in order for
Mhm.
the tree to grow. And and sometimes that's all we need to do. We need to unplug. We need to make sure that we know where we are going.
Mhm.
When you get in front of people or people, you get in a circle of people, don't let people change your vision. Okay?
Right.
Don't, because sometimes people think you here to they want that you want them to tell you you know, or give you a vision, but you already got one.
Right.
You're there to get knowledge. You're there uh, uh, to be motivated. I'll even say innovation, because sometimes people show you a better way at approaching something.
Right. Right.
Uh, so it's important that you know what you're there for. Like Zam
Hmm.
said, not just people role in your life, but what's your role in somebody else's life.
Right.
You know, because some people just call me for motivation. They call me and say, "All right, girl, I'm ready." I say, all right, then I might not hear from them for 3 months. You know,
Hmm.
and guess what? When they call me, we still the same thing. What you
Right.
doing? Well,
Right.
girl, I'm finna head over here and I don't know what to do. And before I know it, my brain is weird. It get the rolling, and all I tell people to do is get a pen, write it down.
You
And then
so right.
when you go through it, throw out what you don't need, keep what you can. But when it
Hmm.
get to going, like this lady, she sell moonshine. She called
Hmm.
me. She say, "Girl, I'm doing this and but she said I make moonshine." Before I knew it, I say, "Get you some bottles, get you some labels. You sing at clubs, take them, tell them you'll sing. If they let you set up a table, we're gonna get your things made on this." But before you knew it, the lady was fully functioning and going, and she don't call me no more, and it's cool with me. Why? Because I knew my role.
Right.
I ain't supposed to be selling moonshine. She sell moonshine. But but I have a knack for, it's kind of like when a person tell me what they're trying to do, I could kind of I don't know, it's weird. I
Yep.
could kind of break it down, and I could say, well, do this, go here, or maybe, well, this.
Definitely.
It happens. It'd be crazy, but you have to know your role, and I'm cool with it. I come home and lock my door and mind my business. After. And I'm good with it. But a lot of times we're so jealous of other people, not because of what they have, but because what we want, what we're too lazy to do. You jealous because you too lazy to do the work.
Hmm.
You
Right.
don't want what they have. You want what you're supposed to have, but you too lazy to do it. And people won't tell you that you lazy, but I'll tell you, because I can't see you and you can't hit me or nothing. So you lazy. You lazy. Zama tell you, we be up 2 o'clock in the morning with our
Mm,
vision. Sometimes
mm,
Zam, all night long. I be
yeah,
and I look at that clock and be like, oh, I gotta go to work, you know. But it's worth it in the end.
yeah,
It's worth it when you see that thing blossom. Cause
right.
Zam, what it tell them, we used to, Daddy used to have us working on them houses, right? Oh my God. I was like, we gonna live in this?
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
my God. And we taking the shingle, the roof off the house, the walls gone. We seeing bugs. We don't know what. Oh my God, we gonna live in this house?
Yeah. And
And
guess what? We lived in that house.
lived in that house, put the walls up in that bad boy, put the roof on it, put the driveway in, you see what I'm saying? My point is,
Hmm.
you I could stand and look at that event I did a couple weeks ago. I'm excited. Other people like, oh Lord, where is the this and where is the that? Oh, you don't look. I'm looking at it as a house that didn't have no walls. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hmm.
looking at it as the house that where the shingles came off. You know, so you have to be able to stay focused. If you don't have a vision board, you need one. I ain't never needed one because I write everything down. Anyway, but a vision board is good for to keep you motivated. You know,
Right.
I got little post-its. I saw it in Mary Jane. I got little post-its, and I got little stuff, scriptures and what I want to manifest in my life. I got it stuck to doors and in specific places to keep myself motivated.
Right.
You know, because it's a tough lesson to learn that you're on your own. It's a tough lesson to learn if you make it tough. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you accept that, hey, if nobody else believes in me, I believe in me, and I'm going all the way with it. It's gonna get done. But you got to be willing to listen to people. You got to be willing, like Zan say, hey, I want to talk to somebody smarter than me. I want to talk to somebody that know more than me. I want to, because it doesn't make sense to talk folk that's on the same level you on, because they on the same level you on.
Right.
You got to
You right. The idea is to go further, to learn more, to do more.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, it's a good topic, and I think a lot of people is it. You know, they stuck. We going into a new year. You know, and like I say, a lot of people didn't see what they wanted to see this year. You know,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean it's not possible. You know, it doesn't mean that it's not possible for it to, for you to. And let me. And you saying, well, how do I find these people? Facebook got groups. Instagram got
Yeah.
people on there telling you what they can. TikTok. See, we're on
LinkedIn. LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
y'all.
Yeah, and then
Especially
I
if it's
think it's
business oriented.
alignable too. I think it's called alignable.
Hmm.
But you have to be intentional with what you do. You know,
Yeah.
you want to be motivated. You wanna take your business to the next level, and you gotta conquer fears. You gotta forget about who
Yeah, that's a
you.
big thing. That
Yeah.
is a big thing. Fear of everything, fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Fear of success.
Yep. Fear of success.
Because man, just as you can have the perfect pitch, do the perfect thing, and all of a sudden that business start hitting you, just the one person gets a hold to it. And then everybody bombards you. Are you going to be ready for that business? Are you going to be ready to accommodate all of the business that you're going to have coming in?
Yeah.
So, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about.
It is. It is. And I'm gonna be bold and say this to you. If you worried about what people gonna say about you, you ain't ready to start yet.
Nah.
You ain't ready. You are not ready to start yet. If you because listen, people not gonna believe in it. Yeah, I just gonna tell you straight up. They ain't not gonna believe in it. They ain't gonna support you. It's gonna be folk that you really thought was gonna be on your side. Let me just go and break it down to you now. If you worried about that, then you ain't ready yet. But when
Yeah.
I'm motivated by Tyler Perry's story.
Mm.
When I first started my gospel, I had a poster. I was in my son's room. He was asleep on one side, and I was doing the radio show on the other. I had a poster of Tyler Perry. Why did I get mad? A poster of him on the wall,
Hmm.
and all I could hear is him talking about how he slept in his car, how many times he tried that play, how many, when he came home, and how what his mama said to him, and
Yeah.
all I just used the steam that he put out there to kind of get me going, to keep
Right.
me going, because I didn't have the big computers that everybody had. I didn't have all the
Bells
equipment.
and whistles.
Yeah, I didn't have all that. I took my little bit and I went ahead and did what I needed to do, you know. And this guy, he was saying, man, how are you doing all that? And honestly, I couldn't really tell him. I told him because he said, I'm waiting on this and I'm finna get this and I'm finna get that and I'm finna do this. And I said, no, take your little bit and start building. You you
Right.
you can't wait till you get it. I'm gonna wait till I get everything. No, take your little bit. I don't care if you start in your living room. I don't care if you start in your yard. See, especially if you're an event planner, do a big event in your yard. Do some start
Right.
and watch you go from level to level, but you have to start. You can't, it's like a lemonade stand. You
Yeah.
start where? In your front yard with a jug of lemonade, with a pitcher of lemonade. And you
Right.
don't have all the bells, like Zan say, the bells and whistles. You just have yourself and the lemonade. And
Yep.
because if you start off level to level, you appreciate it more when you get higher, because you want to keep going. When you
Right.
get higher, I'm telling you. Yeah, I had a long day at work. Zan, this is girl. I'm glad you talked about this tonight.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's something that happens across the board. It doesn't matter your race, your religion, none of that. What type of business you're in, or even if it's a business, it
Yep,
doesn't even have to be a business. It could be anything, just
anything.
life, period.
Yep,
I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing XYZ. I'm supposed to have XYZ. But life be life, and it don't give a damn about what you thought you was supposed to
oh,
have.
it be
So
life
you have to govern yourself accordingly.
accordingly.
Oh, you thought you were gonna do this?
Mm.
Okay. Well, this is what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
This gonna break down, that's gonna break down.
Hmm.
This person's gonna leave you where you standing and
Oh,
all this and all this. Now let's see what you got.
now let's see what you got.
So then you have to accommodate that.
Gotta accommodate.
And that's where you might even have to just put everything down and then
Yeah,
regroup
every
and
group
then start over.
and start over. And I'm gonna tell you this. You while I was sitting, I still did a little here, a little there. Or each day, I promised myself, each day I would do something. I don't care if it was posting.
Yeah.
I would do something towards my vision, or something towards my goal. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You, what they say, Zam? What's the best way to eat an elephant?
Oh,
One bite at a time. You know what
one
I'm
bite
saying?
at a time.
And it's the same thing with your vision. You order your business cards. While you're in wait. Order
Yeah.
get you a banner made. Get your buy your table.
Yeah.
I got a book where I sketch out how I want my setups to look. How I want my uh, uh, church to look, how I want my this and how I want my that.
Right.
Uh, you that kind of stuff. Get you a journal. That kind of stuff keeps you going. You know, it keeps you
Mm.
going. It keeps you when you can open that book. Sometimes you be down. Open that book. Open that book and see what you need. What your I always make you a checklist too. Make a whole checklist. You know, I need tables, I need chairs, I need, if I was to do the event myself and I didn't want to use nobody else's stuff, what would I need? And little
Yeah.
by little, purchase that stuff, put it up. Uh, it's self motivation, it's
Yep.
sowing into yourself. Because if you can go out there and you can lollygag off your income tax money on clothes and shoes, you could have took that income tax money and you could have bought your tables. You could have bought you get what I'm saying? Got your
Yeah.
stuff done. And, income tax gonna come around again. You get another chance to
Yeah.
lollygag it off. But yeah, you know. I'm writing all this stuff down for myself. I done wrote this stuff down. Yeah, yeah. So, anything else tonight, Zam?
um, no, that's been something that I've just heard from multiple people, different age groups, different um what do you call it, professions, different
Mm,
lifestyles, just across the board. It's crazy how everybody in so many different on so many different levels and so many different, I don't know, lifestyles, so many different paths feel the same way,
mhm,
you know.
mhm. Yeah. Cause see, after COVID, one thing COVID taught people is that you're gonna have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I go to work. Oh, well, people couldn't go to work. You know, everybody was at the food stamp office. You know,
Yeah.
so you had to be creative, and a lot of people found out things about themselves that they didn't know. They didn't know that
They didn't know.
they could run a business. They didn't know that they could paint. They didn't know that they could do different things, and they found it out during COVID. You know,
Hmm.
and I hope this show motivated y'all. And kind of shocked you about that laziness too. Stop looking at people being jealous. Get it done. You don't have to look. You don't have to watch people get it done. You can get it done. You can get
Yep.
it done. You know, tune into us. Go to join some of these black business groups on Facebook. I'm in a lot of them. So every time
Hmm.
they post something, I'm on there trying to see if what some I need. And
Yeah.
TikTok, they be look, it be a lot of good business information on TikTok. I'm learning how to sell on TikTok. So when I launch the Wacky Crack shop on TikTok, I'm learning all of that because that's where we are today.
You're right.
A lot of people, I ain't finna mess with that kind of stuff. Come on, move on up a little higher. This what the world is. So you must be still talking on the little phone that's on the wall. No, you're not. You got a smartphone, don't you? Stop tripping. Oh,
Mm.
we on here an hour and 7 minutes. Look at that. Oh, I did talk to the insurance lady. She will be coming on the show,
Okay.
and because she had sent me this long text message. Let me read it. Let me see. Let me see. She said, "Where you at?" Because when you're talking about being able to pull money out your life insurance.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me find her message.
It's a certain type of life insurance. I'm not well versed on the different types.
She said, let me see. In order for you to borrow against a policy, it has to have gain value.
Right. So
Normal,
it's
normally a whole life policy takes about 5 years to gain enough value to borrow against it. It is complicated. She said it is complicated. I have to know the details of the policy.
yeah. So that's the whole reasoning for someone explaining the different types of life insurance
Mm-hmm.
and how they can be utilized in order to um, help you with your business. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Or to help you with anything, to help you get the down payment for a car, to help you get a car, to help, to use it for whatever, to renovate your home, like whatever it is that you need to use that money for, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to be educated on the different types of insurance and how we can utilize them to um, better our lives, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, quiet as kept, life insurance ain't gonna do me no good once I'm gone.
Exactly.
It's gonna help for my preparations, so my family, all that stuff will be done, and they won't have to try and set up a GoFundMe for that, you
Right.
know. Um, But if I'm gonna pay all of this premium into a life insurance policy, then at some point I should be able to use it while I'm alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's just my question. That's what I am um, wanting to know, and that's what I want everybody else to have a clear understanding of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
exactly what it is. And yes, you can read up on it, and um, do all the things, but I think a knowledgeable insurance agent should be able to come in and tell us exactly what it is that each one does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so we're gonna book her on the show. She's gonna come on. And if you have questions, you want to tune in, you got questions for her, we will be putting out a flyer. We'll let you know when exactly she's gonna be on the show.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's important, man. I learned so much from her about insurance I didn't even know. I just thought like, like old school, you got the insurance man come to the house, you pay insurance. You know what I'm saying? The insurance man here, if they call him.
Yeah, come out. Mother get her little insurance pocket off of her. It was a calendar with a pocket
Mhm.
on it. She
Yeah,
kept it in. She get that off, and she go get her little $20, and she give it to him, and he mark it off, and all for her to pass away and get maybe 250, $500.
really?
Yeah, it was probably more than that, but I'm just saying.
But for real though, yeah,
I'm just saying. I don't know the
crazy.
specifics of it, but
That's crazy.
yeah. And she
Yeah.
had that policy like before I was born.
Mm,
Like,
wow.
and that's crazy.
Hmm.
But anyway, those days are gone. Those premiums are not $20 a month anymore.
They sure not.
And
Yeah, and Skipper Lee is still here though.
mm,
That funeral home is still here.
yeah.
Mm. All right, y'all. All right, Zam, closing remarks.
Mind your damn business. There's no other way to say it.
And mind it all day long
All night too.
and all night, even while you sleep.
Yeah.
I need you to mind your business for real. For real though. For
Mm.
real though. Mm-mm. My famous words from the last show. You tripped out. You tripped out. All right, y'all. We love y'all, but we gotta go. It's been real. It's been real with you. We'll keep you informed on the insurance. We also are gonna be having more shows, hopefully with more ladies on, be talking more about things that can, help motivate you. And because 2025 is coming, y'all,
and
2020,
and
2025, y'all.
yeah. That
Oh, God.
and real quick, Janice, if
Uh-huh.
they have any particular topics that they want to be us to discuss on the show, where can
Hmm.
they um where can they submit those requests?
Okay, we have an email address, or you know what? If you go to the if you go to the 5926 Central page, you can leave us a message. We're on
Okay.
Facebook. It's 5926 Central. Put it in there. You know, yeah, that's what it is. Y'all just go on over there, leave us a message. Say, listen, y'all better talk about blah blah. Don't say better though. Don't say better. Cause I would listen. You better use a alias if you say better.
Mm.
Baby, I'll let you have it. Anyway, yeah. We ready. If it's a topic for just leave the topic. I'll let you know if it's bozo wisdom. But cause baby, you don't want to fall into bozo wisdom. Or
Mm.
maybe you do. Maybe it'll. All right, we love you all. It's been real. Put ketchup on your eggs. Put don't eat hog head cheese and
And tell
chicken.
your mother we said hello.
Yeah, because it's your mama fault. Bye. Love y'all. Talk to y'all next week. Peace.
Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm Mrs. Cook. This is the family that God has blessed me with. To God be the glory for the great things that He has done.